DVDs. It's Perler Wrestling. Tommy Thorn,
Well,
the All-American, going up against the freshman Nick Lee.
Nick Lee rated higher with that Southern Scuffle win, and Thorn is an interesting, he's had some tough losses, and then, like some 1-point losses, and then he's had that big win against Joey McKenna from Ohio State, who was ranked 2, and then he sent him in a tailspin as far as the rankings were concerned. He went from 2 all the way to the low, I think it was 11 or 12. But Thorn is an interesting wrestler. I mean, he has a lot in his arsenal. It seemed like early in his career he was like hitting everything like a half a count early. There was not much timing to it. He had it and he wouldn't really hit it on time. It was always big moves, but he can go ahead and do exactly what he's done right here. Right? Great, a lot of offense. Good job by Lee squaring up out of that.
Nick Lee out of Evansville, Indiana. True freshman, came out of redshirt a couple of weeks ago. Fill in at 141 where Jared Cortez was injured, and they needed to have somebody in the lineup that they felt like could score points and get on the podium at the NCAA's. Penn State, Nick Lee in the lineup now. Tommy Thorn already have been on the podium last year.
Yeah, both these guys were capable of keeping a high pace. I was talking about Thorn's loss as well. He's lost 2 bouts by fall, and I'm sure that's just the wild wrestling that he does in getting caught. But Dean Heil, Yanni
Diakomihalis,
and he's from Cornell.
He was ranked number 1 at the time.
Number 1 at the time, and he said these are not bad losses, all right, for an All-American at this stage. And what can you say about Nick Lee, the season that he's had, and their ability to go ahead and bring guys out of redshirt at the right time? We saw it last year with Mark Hall, and this guy has really been solid. And there's a beautiful fireman's carry type action, and he's keeping that Navy ride there and working it back up into a tilt. And good work with the first takedown here for Lee. He gets himself a little bit high. Thorn pretty active in this position. He knows how to get guys off the top, and Lee does a nice job of settling back on some dangerous hips.
Thorn out of St. Michael, Minnesota, Albert Brill High School, 4-time state champion and a national junior champion. He and Mitch McKee both coached by Dan Lefevre. And a lot of good wrestlers coming out of that program. Of course, his dad, John Thorn, a teammate of yours, was an All-American at Iowa State, so a lot of good genes in the Thorn family.
Yeah, Johnny Thorn was just amazing, an amazing teammate, good person. And it's, as a father to have 3 guys that have been on the NCAA podium, after doing it yourself, what a thrill. And his daughter might be one of the best athletes in the family here. She played basketball, so.
Heavy pull here, Tommy.
Tommy Thorn, dangerous really from every position.
Wow, great job by Lee. And then here's the roll through. Nope. This is going to be a fun match, too. This is
Nick Lee, the true freshman, out in front 2-1.
Rip down. Red chooses down.
Top 10 matchup right here at 141. It's our Perler feature match of the meet.
Scores 2-1, second period. Bottom of your set, you may cover.
Lee looks good as far as his conditioning and breathing right now.
Our last match of the night, 149. Minnesota already announcing that they are having to forfeit to Rutherford, much to the chagrin of the fans during the introduction.
Yeah, they don't have a history of not putting people out there when they can.
Injuries have just decimated them at that weight class, and Blythe had just come back from injuries. Steve Blythe, real hopeful at that right there, but he's out right now. Hopefully not for the season at all, just out for some minor injuries.
We're neutral.
So 107 of riding time, 2-2 score. And what Lee has been able to do is kind of keep Thorn off balance. So what I'm looking at there, I'm looking at the feet of Thorn, and right there he just caught him. It's a good look at it right there. He's just been able to keep him off balance, kind of walking right into that technique, and he collects the far ankle, and he gets it. You can kind of see that if you roll it back a little bit. You can kind of see that in the tie-up positions from the feet, Thorn was carrying his weight a little bit further forward, and he walked right into that knee pick. Good work. I mean, that's...
Red, bottom, you're warned.
Lee is deceptive.
Really strong and tough on top. Nick Lee just gaining not only experience but confidence every time he goes on the mat.
Good in the process of collecting that bottom arm off there. Thorn got warned for stalling in the bottom position, and he's expending a lot of calories trying to get up from underneath. Battling, you know, and a lot of it's, you know, riding on the right-hand side. That's sometimes a side that guys aren't used to learning technique here from. What I'd like to see guys do is a little bit of changeover action right now to get the guy on the other side, but good finish to that period.
Brandon Megan wants to talk to the official, Jason Wedgbury. Brandon Eggum in his second year as the head coach. What a great guy.
Well, I think they're talking about that stall warning. If I had to guess, because I think that's the only. And now Brandon is getting more intense with every word that comes out of the mouth. Yeah, and with the
So we start on our feet for the third period, and another shot by Lee. Comes in, all he has to do is hook the leg, and he'll get another 2-point takedown.
Thorn is locked up pretty tight in the crotch, so to be able to finish this will be pretty tough for Lee. But you see how he's walking backwards there? So he's trying to go ahead and get Thorn to go ahead and straighten those legs out so it'd be easier for him to hook. He's
in the
also
danger
trying
position, too.
Yeah, but you can see Wedgbury, official, is not saying that that's possible now. Thorn has clamped on both legs, right, or both, you know, brought his heels to his knees a little bit. Yep, he's giving it up. And that's an example where get the danger call really is increased scoring in these matches where you can put a guy in danger and then the other guy tends to give up the position.
Once you are past 90 degrees with your shoulders to the mat in a position that's neutral, you are called in danger position. And
yeah,
right there, the takedown given up, and Lee gets his third.
You hear the Minnesota corner talking go big, all right? So this will be kind of fun. So, and there's no go big there, all right? There's a lock up the cradle, and here's going big.
Yep.
That's it. That's so tight right there. Huge win. He'll adjust his grip a little bit. He's going to go for it one more time, and Thorn does not just coming out this. But what a workmanlike job of beating an All-American for freshmen like this. Fantastic performance.
Came after him the entire match from the opening whistle. Great performance to end the meet tonight of action. And the Penn State fans are on their feet, and understandably so. 13-3 with riding time. Huge win for the number 8th ranked 141-pounder, Nick Lee, the true freshman. Gets 3 or 4 points on the board for Penn State.
He really showed me something there too, Tim, is how he was able to keep Thorn off balance and kind of walking right